Good morning. Hello. Welcome to a new day, ladies. How are you? This is Tony, your hostess from Freedom at the Crossroads, helping women everywhere look better, feel better without the pressure. And welcome to Goddess Thoughts. Uplift, motivate, inspire, empower you to live the best version of you, to move to the next level. Are you domesticated? I continue our series on the undomesticated woman and what it means to be undomesticated. If you've been following the series from the beginning of this year, I briefly introduced the subject matter back in December of 2018, and I announced at the time that would be the theme for this year going forward. An undomesticated woman, evolving, learning to break the silence, using your voice, empowering yourself to get healthy, to get fit, to own your sacred space, own your power, reclaim your power rather, instead of bowing down and sacrificing yourself to OPE, other people's expectations. And so that is the prevailing theme going forward in this year. I hope a number of you will be joining us on our sacred retreat for 2019 this summer, where we will be going for our undomesticated woman retreat, where we will be empowering, uplifting, and healing and breaking through a number of issues in terms of alignment, in terms of reclaiming your power. We'll be doing some physical and ritualistic activities aimed at opening up your being to receiving, to breaking the silence, to reclaiming your power. So that's going to be a very powerful time. It's only for 5 days, 5 nights and 6 days. It's a retreat for those women who need that kind of breakthrough, who are willing to commit truly to breaking the silence, to reclaiming their power and owning their space. So it's not just about, I need to get fit, I need to get healthy, or I want to lose pounds, I want to look better when I look in the mirror. All that is fine. But if your mindset, if your core, the core of you has not dealt with the underlying issues that are hindering and preventing you from breaking the silence, from tending to self-care, those things that have prevented you from realigning, refilling your cup, if you constantly feel guilty, overwhelmed, depressed, trapped in a cycle where you're constantly giving, constantly trying to meet other people's expectations, be it cultural or social or, familial, you have an issue. You're not aligned. You've got a number of underlying issues that you need to address. So if you're struggling with yo-yo dieting, if you're struggling with losing weight, if you're struggling with using your voice, if you're struggling with finding time for yourself, those are significant red flags that something's wrong, that you're out of alignment, that you are, really running to jump over a cliff from which, in a lot of instances, there's no return. For those of you who know my story, I come from a line of women who were loving, who had so much potential, power, and so much to give to this world. And unfortunately for me, but fortunately for you, because you can learn from my story, you can learn from my history. They lost their lives on that altar of other people's expectations, giving from a place of emptiness, giving from a well of emptiness. And for those of you who come from, cultures other than Western culture like I do myself, you know how disempowered you can become and how stressed and strained and really constrained you can feel being trapped by the roles from society and culture, as well expectation of other people, how that can really, really pull down on you. And before you know it, you have been conditioned to silence, where you don't, where you give from a place of emptiness, where you try to fulfill all these different roles for which family, culture, society have defined for you. And all of your dreams, all of your desires, all of your physical, mental, and spiritual needs, in a lot of instances, are secondary. And if even, and secondary, at best, at worst, inconsequential, and you find yourself in a place of depression. You find yourself where your health has suffered. A lot of this, it's a sad story. And even in this new year, this 2019, stories are still coming out of, the news and headlines all over the globe where women are struggling and fighting against this. I said it before. This is why you have a number of movements such as Me Too, the self-care movement, the self-love movement. All of these are outcries against this kind of conditioning and mentality where women are beginning to wake up. Women are beginning to say enough, 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 no more. Women have been conditioned to this for centuries, for years, for decades, subjected to this kind of treatment, this kind of conditioning, this kind of enslavement. Let us be real. This is what it is, a kind of enslaving of the mind, enslaving of the spirit, enslaving of the body. While some may be content, there'll always be a segment of society that is content with their lot in life. But there are a lot of other women that are saying, no, I am a human being. I am a spiritual entity. I am a part of this universal consciousness, this cosmic power and consciousness that has gifts, that has beauty to bring to this earth, that has a mission and a purpose and a passion, and they want to express it and they want to live it. And that is their right. That is our right. And my mission on this earth, my passion, is to help women break free from OPE. Break free, my sister, from other people's expectations, the expectations of culture, the expectations of society. Reclaim your power. Break the silence. This is one of the areas too where, this is the atmosphere, that really nourishes. And I say that in, I use air quotes when I say it nourishes such kind unhealthy relationships, abusive relationships, and makes women vulnerable to abusive situations. Where women find themselves, because they are silenced, because they're treated as secondary citizens, as secondary humans, because their voices have been silenced, they are vulnerable to abusive situations. So this is just some of the things I'll be discussing going forward. And I just wanted to put this out there, in today's episode. And really, put all of this out here so that we can get feedback and let you marinate on what I've had to say today, what I'm sharing, and let me know if any of this resonates with you. Once again, this is Tonya from Freedom at the Crossroads, helping women everywhere look better, feel better without the pressure, breaking free from OPE, ladies. Thank you and have an awesome time.